Welcome to the Soon Podcast.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Soon Podcast. I'm Alyssa, and this is my co-host, my sister. What's up?
I'm Amandalyn. I'm a style curator and buyer. Alyssa, I don't know what happened to your intro, but she's a wellness girly. And we're two sisters here to dish on all of the drama, all the gossip, all things fashion, home, wellness, health. You want it, you name it. Anything girly pop, we are here for you.
That is true. Girly pop is forever the vibe. But we were away for the last week. You guys, I was sick and it just was not working. I had a migraine.
So if you were missing us last week, you can blame Alyssa and her lousy migraines.
Yeah, and we also left the podcast till the last minute. So I think we were going to record Monday night and we released it on Tuesday. So it's it's on us, but we've never done that before. So I'm so sorry.
It felt like
And
the right time. It felt like
yeah, it was a holiday break. Yeah. And we had a bit of a, traumatic holiday season, if you will, which we'll talk about. But Amanda, what's new with you? Because I feel like it's been a few days since I was in Arizona.
I know Alyssa left not too long ago, but it also feels like too long ago. It's tragic. I hate that she doesn't live here. Anyways, things have been good. I'm just, resetting before I have to go back to work. I get a little holiday break, which is so amazing. I'm so grateful for it. But I go back to work on Monday. So I'm super excited. I have such a big month for work, which is
Wow.
collection launch, which is happening on Wednesday. And then I leave to go to Atlanta to do a buying market for a full week. So she's booked and busy, but I'm super excited.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't believe that during this week off, you didn't come up to San Diego.
I know we did. Hang on.
I think you should come in February when I have my fertility thing.
Okay, maybe. Anyways, I know I should have. We literally just talked about that. We're like, we should have planned to do something, but I feel like between posting everyone for Christmas, like putting up all Christmas, taking down all Christmas, and then I actually had so many home things that I've been putting off until I had like a little bit more downtime. I am wiped out. Like, I'm so tired. Every day it's been like a new project and not even like a cute, fun home project. It's been like go through the closets in the spare bedrooms and get everything done, go through the bathroom drawers. Like, all of the annoying shit that I never want to do has been done.
Oh, gosh. Well, I hope you can rest up a little bit. But what was I? Oh, you know what Paul and I did yesterday? So we still have our Christmas stuff up. We're going to take it down hopefully today. But it's been pouring rain and all of our storage containers are in our garage. So we didn't want to be like going in and out of the garage when it's pouring rain. But I'm just so sad. I love my Christmas stuff and it
My house
creates such a
is
vibe
sad.
in the house. Yeah.
It's so sad. I mean, I love my house and my regular decor, but I lost a rug to hosting this year. RIP. Thank you to my dad for spilling
Kahlua.
but not just regular Kahlua. It was like chocolate milk Kahlua. And so it literally like looked like a murder scene. It was insane. So I, and I'm still on the hunt. I have these two blank walls that flank a door and they need to have art on them. And the art needs to be, sisters, not twins. Okay. Just like our eyebrows, we want the art to be not the same, but the same vibe, same size. And I obviously don't, I harp all the time. Buy antique art, buy vintage art, don't buy big box art. Do you know how I have been looking for like 6 months? And now that Christmas is over and all of the holiday decorating is down, I just have this space in my house with no art, now no rug. I'm like, I look crazy. But that's, my vibe right now. It's just sad.
You're just digging. And
I'm digging.
okay, so This is what you're digging for some hearts.
You're just digging. You're just digging. Okay.
You're digging, but what I was gonna say besides the Christmas decor is, last night, Paul and I had, like, a little date night where we made a vision board for
Mm,
2026, but, like, a couples board. So
cute.
we each had our own goals, and then we had couples goals, and then we also listed out plans that we have for this year. So if we wanna travel, like, if we have weddings coming up, we're going to Disneyland this month, and so that was like a nice little send off to Christmas vibes and welcoming the new year.
That is cute. I love that. That's a really good idea. A couple of things that I did want us to go over. I know that we missed our last podcast, which is kind of supposed to be like our end of the year recap, but we're just going to do a late recap of all things Christmas because why not? And I feel like this is going to go out the second week of January, and who doesn't want to listen to Christmas topics? So,
This will be the first week of January, technically.
oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. So we're,
Wow.
doing great.
2026. So, we're going to dive in to a little bit of our holiday fun. I want us to talk about what we did for Christmas, how I hosted everything. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what hosting looked like for me, how it went, and a few things that I would and wouldn't do again, just for anyone else here who's a newbie hoster or as someone who has been hosting, maybe some things that I ran into will help you or, anyone else that you love.
Oh, that's amazing. Well,
I
the first thing I want to talk about is I came about a week before Christmas and I was harping on Amanda, hey, you've had this, she got this collab from this company that provides her with lots of blood labs for free, like $500 worth. And I was like, it's time. You've been waiting like 6 months. So I went with her to get the first couple vials.
I will
And
hold on, I'm cutting in just to say that for anyone who doesn't know this, I specifically brought Alyssa. I also brought my mom. I brought Alyssa and my mom because I am that deathly afraid of needles. Like I hate them, hate getting my blood drawn, hate everything about it. So that's why Alyssa accompanied me. She got me to buck up and go do the labs. Continue.
yes, but you never like passed out or anything. And you've been fine in the past. It's just like not your favorite thing.
Don't like the vibe. But no, I've never passed out. I've gotten like a little woozy, but not like I've never passed out, never done anything.
Yeah. I also hate getting my blood drawn, and being a thyroid girly is really bad because they're like, let's check your blood every 6 months. And now I'm going through fertility stuff. Let's just check this and check that. And I'm like, ah. So I don't love it. But anyway, so I was like, okay, Amanda, we're going to go get this done. We wake up early. We have the gang. My mom waits in the waiting room, and I went back with Amanda. And you did great. They collected like 7 vials of blood, which is quite a lot. And
Atrocious.
then we're walking out. We're walking out to go to the car, and she's like, actually, just kidding. I'm going to pass out. And so
I
I
was
like,
so excited though when I was walking out. I was like skipping. I was like, I killed it. I killed it. I'm no longer afraid of needles. Like I can handle the world. And then literally took one step out of the room and I was like, everyone wait. Everyone wait. Something terrible's happening.
and I was like, stop telling us to wait. You need to get your ass in this chair right now. I can tell like it's happening. And we had her do a few little exercises, like really tensing her muscles, trying to get blood flowing to her brain. And then her eyes rolled back, and I was like, ah, I don't like this. And so then I started going down too. I could not handle Amanda passing out. So then I started passing out. I had to sit on the floor. Amanda came too.
And then I'm finally waking up, which I've never passed out before, which I'll get into it, like what that vibe was after Alyssa and I finished the story. I was not a fan. So I'm waking up. I have no idea where I am. And I look and I see Alyssa on the ground. And what do? I pass out again.
Yeah, she passes out again. It was bad, guys. It
So
was a hot mess.
It was a hot mess. There's a couple of things to this story that I just think are such a hoot. So, one, I don't know why I brought Alyssa back there with me in the beginning
I
because
thought I had grown.
I should have just taken my mom because this is not the only time this has happened. One time Alyssa saw me getting my blood drawn years ago. Years
No, it was
ago.
a vaccine.
Yeah, or a vaccine, even worse. And again, I'm terrified of needles, so I was like all worked up and she sees me getting it done. She passes out. So I'm like, "Why did I bring you?"
I was a child. I thought I had gotten over that.
No, and then another thing is that the nurse or the phlebotomist, she was amazing. I
Yes.
loved her. She was a queen. She was not going to allow Alyssa to pass out on her watch.
No.
She was not having it. She literally goes to Alyssa, who's sitting on the ground and is literally on the verge of passing out. And she's like, she needs water, pointing to me. And Alyssa's drinking all the water. And she's like, give her the water. Like, she was like, girl, get a grip. Oh my God. It was terrible. Also, if you've never passed out before, I don't want to be dramatic, but it is such a horrific experience. I literally thought that I was dead because I woke up.
Dead.
I'll tell you, because the way that I woke up, everything was still black, but I could hear your voice and the phlebotomist's voice, and you guys were both just saying like, "Is she okay? Is she okay? What's going on? What's going on?" And I was like, "What? Like what?" And then I opened my eyes. I thought that I was in bed dreaming. So like I opened my eyes. I had no idea where I was when I came to, and I was like, "I'm in a hospital. Like what happened?" So it was just like crazy. It was terrible. I would highly recommend not doing that. So I did learn a fun trick from my phlebotomist, Alicia. Shout out to her because I'm supposed to go in for a second round of labs. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I asked my queen Alicia, I was like, do you recommend I shouldn't do the rest of the labs? Like, right, like girl to girl, phlebotomist to pass her out, or like I should skip it. And she's like, no, she's like, you got this. You did great. Just lay down next time. And I was like, I don't think
Yeah.
I did great. I wouldn't have called that a great scenario. But so I'm going to lay down next time, or I'm just going to skip
You're
it.
going to go back?
I don't think so. I'm supposed to go next week. And I'm like, I don't think I have it in me. I was out for the day, which Paul, Alyssa's husband, who is doctor, he was not vibing with that. He was like, get the fuck up. But I was exhausted. I
Yeah.
was dead. I felt like I'd been through war.
It really takes it out of you. So I have also passed out before when I was doing like a volunteer medical trip, and I did great the whole time. And then I volunteered with the dental department, and they were taking out teeth with these medieval ass tools. And I was in the middle of Nicaragua, and I'd never passed out before, but bam, I hit that ground. And so that was the first time I passed out. And I do remember waking up and feeling like I had had the flu for like 5 days. Like I just felt like so out of it.
So crazy.
And it takes a day to get over, but yeah, it's not fun. And then the second time I passed out, I was getting an IV and I just passed out and I sneezed a couple times during it, I guess.
Ew, that's so creepy. Well,
Yeah.
that is our story now.
I'm so sad. I feel like I can't be your doula. You're not pregnant, but I just don't think there's any way I cannot be your doula.
I know. I've been banking on Alyssa being my doula ever since she became a doula. And then literally where I'm like relaxing after this whole debacle, and she looks me dead in the eye and she goes, I don't think I can be your doula. I'm like, great. Awesome. Just not
I've never had this issue with other people, you guys. So it's just an
a
Amanda thing.
situation. Like she can't handle seeing me in distress.
Yeah, I think it is a telepathy, empathy, whole thing. But so
One
that was a few days before
I do have
Christmas.
one key takeaway though that I do want to share with everyone.
What now?
I I feel like when these things happen to us, you go through something low-key traumatizing. It might not be traumatizing to anyone else. I'm sure people pass out all the time. I don't. I think that you need to take the day to literally make everyone feel so bad for you. Like, do you know how many people I told? I told our server, sorry, I'm not that hungry. Guess what? I passed out twice today, made her pass out. Everyone's passed out. Terrible. She's like, oh my God, what? I told my nail tech, or my hands are a little extra shaky today. You want to know why? Because I passed out twice.
Oh my God.
I literally, I'm telling the grocery store clerk. Omar was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just feel like, I feel like everyone needs to know what I've been through today. So I feel like, take a second, let everyone know the trauma of a day that you've had, really harp on it. It'll make you feel better. Like, I like being doted on and I just think it's fun. So go ahead,
Thank
spill
God
it.
you're not a diabetic or a narcoleptic person.
I just, I'm like, guess what?
Yeah.
I passed out twice.
Good Lord. And then
Uh,
moving on, so far, Amanda has received nothing but good labs back, but
Which is
I want to
amazing,
see
but
the
I'm also
rest.
like, I went through all of that trauma for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty healthy anyways, not really symptomatic. The only thing I could really recommend is, your blood sugar regulation. But wait, I want to know, did anything come out of the ordinary?
Oh, I have 7 things that are out of range.
What?
I'm just gonna give you the stuff. You can just log into mine. We'll talk about this later. I'm not talking about this right now. Okay.
Okay. And then, so that was, a little bit before Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve comes. Paul and I are on our way to church and we hear a noise in the car, a little rattle, a little shake. And we're like, crap, we better just go back home. So we're 1 mile from home and the engine just blows up. Just kidding. But it smokes and the car just turns off in the middle of an intersection. And it won't go into neutral, so we couldn't push it out of the road. So we had to exit the vehicle, get escorted by like police. An ambulance driver like came by and made sure no one like hit our car. Really nice. And then now we have to buy a new engine. So Merry Christmas, missed church. It
That's what
wasn't great.
That's what happens when you miss church. I'm just kidding. But no, I feel like Alyssa wasn't even being like serious enough. So we weren't sure exactly what was happening. Alyssa like called my dad. We were all panicking, obviously, because we're not a very chill family. So we are heading to dinner, me, my parents, and Omar. Of course, Omar, he is like a 911 lover. He makes a U-turn, flips it, guns it to Alyssa and Paul. They are in the middle of such a busy intersection and
It was really bad.
they're just like parked. They were turning. So they're like half in the turning lane, but still not. It could have been really bad, but it was also terrifying when we pulled up because we saw the ambulance with their lights on. And I was like, oh my God, they also got hit. Like it was so freaky, but they were fine. And the car, I mean, can be fine. Things could have been worse, but it was a little bit traumatic leading up to Christmas. I'm not going to lie. We were going through some things.
Lots of micro traumas, but no, the most trauma that did was to my bank account. So that was shit. But anyways, moving on to Christmas.
Okay,
What did you get me? What did I get you? How was
okay.
it?
Okay, well, are we talking about gifts or are we talking about hosting?
Let's start with the gifts.
So the gifts, well, Alyssa and Paul, I'll loop him in. I don't know what his, ratio is for the gifting. Alyssa's an amazing
Nothing.
gift giver. Okay. She always has been. She always will be.
Thank you.
It's kind of annoying because I pride myself in trying really hard, but I'm usually not the best gift givers, but I really try. So Alyssa starts with a bang. She gifted Omar and I these custom matches. I have them right here for our house. We have like a box of them so we can put them in all of our rooms. They say, like, El Chamois Hideout, where it's always happy hour, and they have a little martini, like, olive pick. I
I'm proud of that one. I want those.
I was like, "This is so epic. How cool to go to someone's house and be like, oh my God, this is their hideout. Ah, sick." So she got me that. She got me a knockoff Hatch alarm system, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, yeah. Have you guys used it?
We've used it once, but I'm really excited to use the sound machine when Omar goes out of town because I don't sleep with the TV on anymore. But I do have a really hard time when Omar is out of town falling asleep with like nothing because Martini usually gets really edgy when he's gone and she like will start barking at everything, which freaks me out, of course.
Yeah.
So I think that the sound machine will be nice to sleep to, you
Our
know?
sound machine is for vanilla.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
And then lastly, I got you these little seat cycling balls.
I know. I've been taking them. Do I love the taste? No, but I have been figuring out a way to drown the taste out. I
Do you
usually
really not like it? I think it's
I
like
know, and I
ginger or something.
thought that I would because I really like ginger, but there's just something about the ball that it gets me bleh. But they're good for so it's all of the seed cycling seeds. We'll post them because I actually think that this is like such a good idea for girls like me who won't like just take a handful of seeds. I won't commit. But I take the ball and I crumple it up in like my little mix of cottage cheese and honey and banana and it
Mm.
all blends. It's almost like a little granola. I really like it. Alyssa did not mention, well, we didn't mention. Last gift that I'll mention from Alyssa, she got Martini a dog crate.
Oh my God. It's true. I was like, the time
When
is way past. Like it had been time for a long time.
But
So,
I will say, so we haven't officially like locked her in it while we've left yet. We're still getting her a little acclimated. But I bought her, so I put, she loves, cherishes her dog bed. The dog bed we got her when we bought her, whatever, when I adopted her. She loves it. She's obsessed with it. It's flat as a pancake now. Like we've been needing to get her another one, but she just you can tell she loves it. So I took that dog bed and I put it in her crate because I was like, she loves it. So maybe she'll love the crate. And I bought her a brand new dog bed, put the dog bed out of the crate. She has been sleeping in the crate. She loves it. So she has both options. We leave the crate open at night and she tucks herself in. She looks so content. So I'm really excited about this. This is going to be really good. I feel it.
I know. I think that's so exciting. And I knew she would love it. But yeah, I'm excited for you to have your seed cycling balls. I cannot find the name of them. So we'll just have to post them later. But I do think it's, a good thing. And then my sister and Omar, they were super sweet. They got me some like cozy pajamas and then what else did you get me? You have like such a good memory because I don't remember anything that anyone gets me.
This is so rude.
I literally texted Paul. I was like, what did
What the
she get
fuck?
me? I cannot remember.
You know what, you guys? Hang on. I'll show you what I got Alyssa because she left it at my house.
I did? Is that why I can't remember what you got me? You cannot fault me for forgetting your PR gift that you gave me.
I gave her a PR gift. No, I also, what else did I get you?
Amanda got me a cute mug. And then she re-gifted me some PR from Mew Mew, which was really sweet.
What else did I get you? I got you something else, Alyssa.
I know you did. And I thought you got me like something sweet.
Maybe it was just the mug.
Yeah. So we just killed it on the Christmas front.
I did. I know I got Alyssa another thing and neither of us can remember it. And I think that that's really rude.
How was hosting?
Hosting was great. I would like to say that I believe I slayed every second of it, to be honest. So no, it was really good. So in our family, we go to dinner on Christmas Eve. So we went to dinner Christmas Eve. We come home, we open up all of the gifts, or like 90% of the gifts get open on Christmas Eve, which works out really good. So then Christmas Day, I woke up early. My mom made breakfast, which was amazing. So we went to her house in the back, ate breakfast, opened up a few more little gifties. Came back to our house, opened up a few more little gifties. We're a big gift family. And
We
then I
are.
started prepping for dinner. So I started prepping really early, but I wanted to make everything and I wanted a full meal. I also wanted a full table setting, of course. So every table setting had 3 plates, 2 cups, the full bit. Like, we were not going plastic anything, which I will probably never do again, but it looked oh god, it looked so chic. So, granted, I didn't do the dishes. I refused to. I hid in the closet, and let everyone else do them. So,
We
G
had a few curveballs. So the first curveball was that while Amanda was getting her blood drawn, I was like, I'm going to look at the recipes that she
Oh.
chose. And she chose recipes and she was not going to go make a grocery shopping list for them. She just thought that we would have everything. And literally, like the cake that she wanted to make, you needed almonds and you had to grind almonds and you needed this and that. And I was like, we don't have any of this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, the day before, we curved everything, made it into, like, an olive oil cake
Yeah,
with
so I'll give everyone the recipes. So I did
yes.
yeah, well, she did call that out. That was something that she was distracting me with while I got my blood drawn was like, "What are you gonna make for Christmas?" And I was like, "Oh, let me show you the recipes." And then as I'm getting my blood drawn, she's like, "These recipes are insane." And I was like, "What?" I'm like a picture book kind of recipe girl. Like, I'm just like, "Ooh, that looks yummy. I'll make it." No. So So, tip for hosting, read the recipes that you intend to make because, you might have to grind your own almonds to make flour. So, we curved, we pivoted, if you will, and we found some additional recipes. So, the dinner looked a little like this and I think that it turned out great. So, I made a room temperature grilled Brussels sprout salad. This Brussels sprout salad, it was like a citrus base. It had pomegranates in it. You're supposed to sprinkle over a blue cheese crumble. I browned butter. I browned butter and then I put the walnuts in them. So they were browned butter walnuts, Brussels sprout salad. So that was made, done, easy. I prepped that, put it in the fridge, held it for later because that was room temp. So like I grilled them. I really liked the Brussels sprout salad. I kind of did that on a whim because I know that I personally really enjoy Brussels sprouts and I know 90% of people don't. And I decided that I didn't really care. So, I made that one about me and everyone liked it. So I recommend doing that. Okay, my next dish was carrots. So I did grilled honey roasted carrots, but they had blue cheese crumble, pomegranates as well. They were smothered in rosemary. They were fantastic.
Very good.
Those again, wasn't exactly looking at the recipes. So I prepped those ahead of time and I put them in like 30 minutes before I was expecting dinner to be done. But they take like an hour and a half to cook, I would say. Don't you think?
Mm,
So
yeah.
dinner was a little late. That's okay. We live and we learn. So carrots knocked it out of the park. Next up, broccoli. I am known personally for my grilled broccoli. I always slay a grilled broccoli recipe. I went a little off the cuff with this one because I went off of the recipe book and they told me to smother it in mayonnaise. And it said specifically
Yes.
they're not going to tell me how long to cook it because you just cook it, smother it in mayonnaise, smother it. So I did just that. I said, okay, they wrote specifically in the book, mayonnaise and fire love each other and your broccoli is going to be grilled to perfection. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. Smothered it. Maybe I overly smothered them, but they were just fucking mayonnaise covered broccolis. They were charred beautifully. I don't think I would recommend the broccoli be covered in mayonnaise again, personally.
I just feel like it tastes just as good without the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So
So
why add that? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, a half sleigh. They
And
tasted
then for the kicker, we have the prime rib. Was supposed to take 4 to 6 hours. Took 2. It took like 2 to 3. So Amanda called me. 911, she texted me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
What's
she didn't
happening?
answer, so I had to text her 911 because, that's the only way that this girl's gonna answer her phone.
And then she's like, the prime rib's at 200 or 125 degrees or whatever we set it to. I don't know what we did, but I'm like, you got to take it out. And so it was well done, which
It
was
was
a bummer.
was sad.
And it was done way beforehand. So
So
that's
little.
never fun.
Yeah, I
But
was a little bummed by that. I also will say another hosting tip, and this is something that as someone who doesn't cook often, I had no idea existed, but I do own one. So we have one of those little thermometers that you stick in the meat, and then you put the little thermometer outside of the
it has wires and
yeah.
then it has an external
Yeah, I was about to
degree
it in
thing.
the oven, and my sister swooped in and was like, "No, put this in there." If we did not have that thermometer in there, because it set an alarm for when the time, when it hit the right temperature that we wanted it to go to. If we did not have that in there, it would have cooked for another 2 hours. It would have been a hard rock.
Rock.
It would have been so overcooked. I don't understand how that happened. It's crazy, but you
No.
know,
So I want to give it another go, maybe for Easter.
yeah, we should. And we'll just know to cook it way less and maybe way lower heat. I don't know. So
Because
strange.
I actually thought it was really yummy.
It was really yummy. It was really good. So Alyssa helped me. I was just going to cook it, do my thing. Alyssa tempted me and she whipped up some sort of an herb butter situation. And
A salt brine and then an herb butter the day of. Yeah.
highly recommend.
So, I mean, it was good. What's your qualms with the
Okay.
hosting?
My last takeaway was the olive oil cake. I think I may have used the wrong olive oil. I used the Graza olive oil, which is potent.
Why would you do that? That's so
That's all
expensive.
I had.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
was
I think
all-
maybe the extra virgin, like the olive oil flavor was too olive
It was
oily.
very olive oily, and that was kind of a bummer, but I tried. So, a couple of my pros and cons for hosting. Okay. Pros, I think that it's really fun to set goals for yourself that you never, ever, ever expected yourself to fulfill. Did I ever think I was going to be cooking a 5-course Christmas dinner for 8 people? No. Literally, as of last year, I would have been like, that's a joke. So I thought that that was fun, and it felt very fulfilling to do that and for people to,
Oh,
what I cooked. So that was fun too. I also loved setting the table. Like, I just loved having everyone over for Christmas. It was so cool to be like, this is my house, this is my home, this is my Christmas dinner setting. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So loved that. Also loved trying new dishes. None of the dishes that I made I've ever made before, which is, a little dicey, but why not? So I thought that that was all fun. A couple of things that I would say for hosting, just, if you've never hosted before, maybe it gives you anxiety because I do get hosting anxiety, even if it's just my family, which is so crazy. But just, give yourself a little bit of time. Make sure you have time to get ready, do your makeup, chill yourself out before everyone comes in because I feel like I never give myself that time. And I'm always like half makeup on, like greeting people at the door, which is crazy. Also, give you time to take pictures. Okay. So give yourself extra time to get some photos of yourself because it's so cute and memorable. And we love that. So I would just say a couple things that I was a little, got me off my rocker was I did get anxiety about the cooking times because I didn't look at any of the recipes ahead of time. So Alyssa and my mom had to step in and help me out with that. I also left my husband to come up with the entire, drink recipe, which he apparently also didn't look at the No, he did look at the ingredients. He ordered the limes, which was like the main part of his recipe. And I guess he saw them in the fridge and he threw them away right after.
Yeah, he forgot that he had just ordered them, thought they were too hard, and so he threw them away, was what he told me.
So,
So he didn't have many aspects of his beverage, and then he didn't know that until he was making it. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think my tip for like Thanksgiving was I wrote down everything, what degree it had to be cooked at and for how long. And that helped me kind of have that in my head.
Yeah.
And that way I also knew like how many dishes and kind of what to prep. And then I think we prepped a few things the day before, or what I think just the meat maybe, but
For
that was good.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
prep a few things the day before, set your table the day before, because that was something that took me some time and I was a little anxious about getting it all set, bringing the extra chairs in the whole bit. So I would say set everything ahead, prep yourself ahead, really look at those recipes, okay? Because they will trick you. And lastly, just try and calm yourself down and have fun because it is supposed to be an amazing time and a beautiful time with your friends or your family or whoever else that you're hosting for. And you should be enjoying it yourself instead of having an anxiety attack about if your carrots are going to be rock hard, you know?
It's true. It's true. Everyone ate, everyone was doing great. It didn't help that one of the guests said that the night before they had celebrated Christmas Eve and they also had prime rib and they were just going off about how
Yes.
amazing it was, and it was how do they cook it? It was smoked. They smoked it.
Overnight.
Yeah.
And
And we're like, "Well, here's
I'm
our."
like, here's mine. It's definitely a well done prime rib. If you've ever tried that, this is
I know.
first. But they did say same guest, just said to me today, they're like, your prime rib was amazing, which I was like, you lied, but I'll take it.
It's fine. It's eat, drink, and be merry, that's all you can do.
And that we did.
Yes. So what are your New Year's goals for this year? Do you have any?
What are my New Year's goals? Oh my gosh, I'm not really a resolution setting person because I don't like to put pressure on myself. I'm just kind of I don't, it stresses me out. So I don't typically set a ton of resolutions, but I will say a few things that I really, really, really want to incorporate in 2026 is continuing doing my workouts 3 times a week because I do feel a lot better of like a person with doing the workouts, which I know I always hate the bitches that say that. I really do. I roll my eyes. But as someone who is a workout hater, it really does make a difference, okay?
And it gets better?
And it gets better. Like I think that the most exciting thing about me doing my workouts more and I've been, like doing the same kind of workouts is like the first time I ever went to Legree, and I still am in the beginner Legree class, okay? Because it's hard as shit. But the first time I ever went, I could not do the workout. I literally
Mm.
on the little reformer, I was like, I hate this. I hate this class. I hate everyone in here. And now I can do the workout. And I'm like, that is actually really cool to see your body like get stronger and to feel it and like to be able to do the moves and be like, oh my God, I just held a plank for a minute. Like, shut up. So
Good job.
that's something I'm incorporating. I'm also really trying to incorporate just being more strategic with what I post on social media. And that's with all of my accounts. So that's with the Soon account. I really want to work more into growing that account. I'm so excited. So I have a little growth plan for us. And then same with my own personal TikTok and Instagram. I feel like trying to figure out a way to balance it, come up with more of a content plan that works better for me. Cause right now I feel like I'll be like, I haven't posted in 2 weeks and I'll film like 3 try on hauls and I'll be like, I'm never going to get to that. Just, I need to find a better balance. So balancing that. But those are my goals. What are yours?
Yeah, my goals are to continue with everything I've been doing, like working out. I want to continue being consistent with those things and continue with electrolytes and, just nourishing my body. I gave up on being gluten-free, you guys. I don't think
Fact.
so. I want to figure out a healthy way to incorporate gluten because over the holidays it was kind of like gorging myself. So, yeah, just trying to be really aware of how I'm like nourishing my body. But I'd say that the number one thing that I'm going to really try to do is not sleep with my phone in my bedroom. And when I wake up, not go to my phone, but do like a quiet time, like a Bible study right first thing in the morning while I'm having my coffee. So
I love that.
that's my goal right now. And yeah, feeling good. We're so excited for you to hear next week's episode because we have our first guest. She is a pelvic floor therapist. So we are so excited. She was born to do that and she was just so fun to listen to. And ever since then, whenever I'm working out, I'm doing everything that she recommended. And I'm like,
Me
whoa,
too.
this is
I
crazy. Yeah.
also did invest in a squatty potty. Alyssa's been telling me for years. And I have one meeting with my queen, ortho angel. And what do? Immediately buy one. So you guys are going to love this episode. I think that it's amazing. The knowledge that she shares is just it's honestly enlightening. So I'm really excited for you guys to tune in and also check out her Instagram. You'll see all the things during our next podcast, but we can't wait.
Yes. And we'll talk soon.